Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Stevi Scholz, and I'm a member of the FCCLA for Lubbock-Cooper High School, Region 1. This is my fashion construction project, Glitz and Gold. Now, every good project has to start off with a plan, and I use the FCCLA planning process summary page. Now, the first thing that you need to do is identify some concerns. Now, my two main concerns were one, taking a one-piece dress and splitting it in two like I wanted to in my original sketch, as you can see here. And the second thing that I wanted, or my second concern, was that I wanted to stay under $100. The next thing that you need to do is you need to set a goal, and my goals were obviously to stay under that $100 and to successfully split the dress. The next thing I did was form a plan, which is the how, what, when, where, why, the cost, the resources, and the evaluation. Next was acting on it, and I started on October 13th. In this picture you can see I'm cutting out my pattern pieces on some muslin just so that I could create a rough draft for my dress, just to make sure that this split was exactly the way that I wanted it to be. In this next picture you can see me working on the construction of my dress, and every time I would complete a piece of the dress I would put it on a mannequin, as you can see in this picture right here. In this picture you can see me trying on my dress for the first time just to make sure that it fit right, or if I needed to take some things in, if I needed to fix something, I was able to fix it then. And in this last picture you can see the dress is right in front of you, all finished and just the way that I wanted it to be. Like I mentioned earlier, I wanted to stay under that $100, and I think I successfully did that. With everything here, I eventually ended up with a total of $77.50, and I was very happy with that. These fabrics are actually, this fabric that you see right here is actually a floral butterfly embellishment lace. This top fabric is a crepe black fabric, and then my lining is actually a organza satin fabric. Now, some things about my dress, some skills that are on my dress. As you can see, there are some darts on my dress and on the skirt of my dress. There is a sheer fabric for the overlay and for the sleeves and the top part of the dress. Next, there is some gatherings in the bottom of the dress just to make that poof at the dress like I wanted it to be. I also had some serges in the inside of the dress just to make it very clean on the inside as it is on the outside. The next thing that I did is I installed a zipper, as you can see here. Also on the back you can see I have a hook and eye, and I used some ribbon as sort of a corset lace-up. The next thing I had was my lining. As you saw a minute ago, I have lining on my dress just to make the inside very clean. And then I also had some boning in the top part of the dress, all around the top. The next thing that I had was a rolled hem. Almost every seam on my dress that you can see is a rolled hem. And those are all my skills. I had such a wonderful time with this project, and it has shimmered in my mind ever since I first created this sketch, and I hope it can leave a little bit of glitz in your mind. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. At this time, can you tell me some of the skills that you learned or improved upon during your project that you will use in school next year or in your future career?
When I sit down to sew, I feel like I learn something new every time. But with this project specifically, I learned about boning. Before this, I didn't know anything about boning or what it did. But after this project, I learned that it creates structure to my dress, and it makes it just look very formal and fashionable. And without this, I don't think I would be able to do other projects when I go to college and I will be majoring in fashion design. So without this project, I don't think I would have known about boning, and I wouldn't be able to use that in the future.
Here's your second question. What obstacles caused challenges in your work, and how did you address them?
The biggest challenge was definitely splitting the dress. I had to take a one-piece dress and split it in two, which I addressed these problems by first creating a sample dress out of muslin just to make sure all the measurements were correct and it looked exactly how I wanted it to be. and then after that I cut it out of the real fabric, and I think it ended up perfect.
Thank you.